Hi guys, you okay? Just a quick little tip for today. I'm going to talk about belts and chalk use. So first with the belt, regulations now state if you're not aware, IUKL regulations, you must wear a weights belt that's at least 12 centimetres or 4 inches. And that basically means the actual back of the belt needs to be no more than 4 inches. It'll state fairly obviously when you buy a belt anyway, just indicate you want a 4-inch one. Now to wear the belts, different positions, you'll see some guys will wear it really high up, so we'll kind of stick this on nice and quick. To wear it right up high, like you would do if you're doing kind of heavy deadlifts or something like that in the gym, so you're right around the top of the back. I don't wear it this high. You see some guys doing it. For me, I don't particularly like it. A couple of reasons. One, when I'm in my rack position, when I'm leaning back out of the way, back of the belt really digs into your lower back. It's pretty uncomfortable. I don't really like it. Secondly, the other reason why I don't like it, kind of too high, when I'm in rack position, so when I'm here, my elbows are actually hitting the top of the belt. So what you tend to find is when you're coming back from overhead and hit it in, you probably start scraping your elbows, start cutting up your elbows. You can put your shirt over the top and do it that way, but you're still going to come to shreds, so I don't tend to wear it that high. I wear it quite low, right around my ass, nice and tight. So when I'm actually in the rack position, it's that low, right around the back of my ass. When I'm in my rack position here, as you can see, from this position, I'm actually leaning back into the belt. Personally, I find it a little bit comfier. It seems to work a little bit better for me in this position. Like I said, everyone will wear it in a slightly different way, but the majority of people that I know tend to wear it kind of fairly low. And obviously the belt's way out in the distance of your elbows, so it's easy enough to get your elbows onto your hips. What I would make sure is if you're wearing it this low, make sure it's nice and tight, otherwise what you tend to find is as you come in from the second dip to standing, the belt's going to start rising up and it'll start kind of moving about all over the place, which, you know, as you can imagine, it'll be extremely irritating if you're halfway through a set. The other thing with belts as well, what I would recommend, make sure it's a buckle belt. Don't get a Velcro one. I've tried using a Velcro one before, and you get about a couple of minutes into your set and it pops off. It's a pain in the arse if you need to kind of carry on or start again. So get a buckled one. Then a bit of break. So yeah, definitely get a belt. You haven't got a choice. Unfortunately, guys, when you're lifting 2 belts for jerks, you have to wear a belt. So if you haven't got one, buy one. Get used to it. Find a position that works for you. Some guys wear it, like I said, really loose. It moves about, so it's just like a little bit of a kind of like a fashion accessory, so to speak. I wear mine really tight. Just have to play about, find a position of it, find a tightness that kind of works for you. The second little thing I want to talk about today is your chalk and your training tops. Now, I always wear a cotton top. The reason for this is I soak, you can't really see it, but I soak the bottom of the shirt. So when I'm in rack position, once I've chalked my elbows up, my elbows aren't going to move from it. They're not going to slide all over the place. If I've got a dry fit top on, one of these night tops or these climb cool, kind of these base layer type things, what I tend to find is once you start sweating, your elbows will kind of moving all over the place, and you're constantly kind of readjusting as you're kind of going along with your rack. My rack position is not the best anyway. For a lot of people, it's a big problem area. So I'd always wear cotton shirts, soak the bottom, chalk your elbows up. Makes it a lot easier. You kind of find your elbows kind of stick to you a little bit more. So it makes it a little bit easier just to get a little bit more of a comfy position, for your rack. And that's pretty much about all I'm going to kind of talk to you about today. So it's your belts, have to wear them, guys, got no choice. No more than 4 inches or 12 centimetres, which is a back measurement. Find a position that works for you. The tightness of it, I wear it quite tight, you can have it fairly loose. Like I said, it's entirely up to you. Make sure you chalk your hands, chalk your elbows up, stick into that rack position, cotton t-shirts. Okay, cool.